I'm Bill Lafayette with the Columbus Chamber, and this is an overview of the Chamber's economic forecast for the 8-county Columbus Metropolitan Statistical Area, or MSA, as of December 2009. 2009 was pretty painful around here, but not nearly as painful as it was in other places. It looks like the average Columbus MSA employment in 2009 will be down about 16,500 jobs, or 1.75% from where it was in 2008. That's the biggest percentage decrease in a generation. We lost 2.3% back in 1982. It's probably the biggest numerical decrease we've had in this region ever. But the year-over-year decline in U.S. employment should be about twice as bad as ours, or 3.7%. The U.S. this year lost about 5 million jobs. Ohio employment should be down about 245,000, or 4.6%. Although Ohio is doing worse than average, there are 10 states that are doing worse than we are. Arizona is going to be down more than 7% this year. Since the recession began, Arizona has lost 10% of its employment. The good news is the national economy has begun to recover, and most forecasts expect the recovery to continue into and through 2010. The recession is probably over, but we almost certainly won't know for sure until sometime in 2011. Many economists expect that we'll continue to see moderate, stable growth in GDP over the course of 2010. So the possibility of a double-dip recession is remote. This growth that's expected is not enough to ignite inflation. The typical economic forecast expects inflation to stay around 2% through 2010 versus about a 0.5% price decline this year. The national labor market should turn well before this time next year. The unemployment rate, though, should stay about where it is, at or near 10%. But that's mostly a function of people who have left the job market in discouragement re-entering it. I estimate that if people hadn't dropped out of the job market over the last 2 years, the unemployment rate now would be about 2 percentage points higher than it is. The local job market will also improve. The Chamber's forecast for the Columbus MSA is for a net gain in total employment of 0.1%, about 800 jobs for 2010. But that masks the likelihood of growing employment in the second half, offsetting the small declines we're likely to see in the first half. The sectors that should do the best include business and professional services, which includes attorneys' offices, healthcare and private education, and transportation and utilities. But the improvement in the economy won't be strong enough to stem continued employment declines in manufacturing, retail, financial services, and construction, which has been particularly hard hit. The Columbus Chamber's 2010 forecast for the region will be available after January 6th on our website, www.columbus.org. Thanks for tuning in.